Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and it's time for episode 71 of my question and answer series. So we have some pretty decent ones this week, I think. So starting at the bottom with Harman Singh, what is your view on the Samsung 11.6-inch Chromebook? Would you say that it is a good deal for internet surfing and typing up papers? So here it is on Amazon. This is the Amazon listing, and you know, for what it is, it honestly is not that bad. It's only $250. You could get a 10-inch tablet, which to me would have more functionality, and then it just doesn't require you to be connected all the time to really use some of the major features. But really, it's not that bad if, like you said, if what you're looking for doing is just browsing the web and typing up papers, this should work just fine. I don't know if Flash is supported on this. This sounds like that's an ARM-based processor, not a normal Intel x86 or x64 processor. So Flash might have some issues. I did not look that up, but you know, if this is something you're going for, then for $250, it really is not that bad of a deal. So from Evil Ninjas 99, based on your usage of the Nexus 7, what do you think that Android lacks in terms of aesthetics or functionality? Really, I just think that it comes down to, well, they're really working hard on simplicity. The devices are starting to look better now. They're being made of better hardware. Of course, I'm comparing this to the iPad and whatnot. I think that in terms of design, it's just fine. It's got the functionality. It's got the features. Obviously, Android tablets win when compared to the iPad. Where it will lose is when it comes to tablet ready apps, because a lot of apps are just scaled up phone apps, and that's really not a good experience. That's definitely one thing that I noticed. They're really working on that, though. A lot of developers are definitely working towards making their apps work properly on a tablet. What else did you say here? But yeah, in terms of aesthetics, they're working on that. Functionality, they obviously have that. I mean, Android is far more functional than iOS is or ever will be, even with a jailbreak, so keep that in mind. He also says that uploading a room tour video is an utter necessity for any tech-related YouTube channel, using obvious sarcasm. Okay, moving on. Stuff with Ben says, just curious about the iQuiz app in your iTunes. Is that the old iPod game, or have they made an iPhone app? That is the old iPod game. Right click, there we go. Get info. I purchased this on April 29th, 2007. So that's definitely one of the original iPod click wheel games. These are all of the ones I've purchased, as you can see here. So the answer is yes, it is an old iPod game. From Matthew McLeod, will you be buying any of the new iPads? No, I will not, although as you can see here, they look really nice. I mean, they're supposedly noticeably thinner, much lighter. I like how they finally reduced the bezel size on the left and right sides of the screen, so that's nice. But really, I'm just not a tablet person. I have my MacBook Air that I bought to replace my iPad, which I still have that I haven't touched in a very long time. For me, I'd rather have a notebook since it's still very portable and it can do more than an iPad can, so I would rather just have a full-fledged notebook that doesn't compromise in terms of functionality or features or performance. From iTechHash, are you going to jailbreak iOS 7 when it comes out, of course? Of course, who wouldn't? I mean, iOS 7 has added a lot of features, but there are still things missing, such as quick reply. It still makes no sense as to why Mavericks has quick reply, but iOS 7 does not, so that's definitely one of the things I would go ahead and do. But there are just so many other features that a jailbreak can go ahead and bring over. From Arturo Martinez, what are the specs of the Google Nexus 5? According to Droid Life, here they are. So it's going to have a 5-inch 1080p display, very good pixel density on the screen, Gorilla Glass 3, which is nice. Front-facing camera is 1.3 megapixels. The rear-facing camera is 8 with optical image stabilization. It weighs just 130 grams, which I don't really weigh things in grams at all, but I don't think that's too heavy. Of course, it runs Android 4.4 KitKat. It has one of its biggest things going for it so far is its processor. It's running a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 CPU at 2.3 gigahertz. Supports the latest 802.11 AC Wi-Fi standard. Of course, it has NFC, Bluetooth 4. 2 gigs of RAM, pretty standard in a high-end smartphone nowadays. So if it's going to be $350, I think that this is going to be the phone to get. I will probably get one just to mess with it for a while. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Hopefully it goes on sale this Friday or so. From Corollos iHelp 101, do you have Windows 8.1 on your PC? No, I do not. My MacBook Air's Boot Camp partition also just sticks with Windows 8 Pro. I don't have 8.1. I just haven't really gotten around to installing it because I don't know if I want to spend the time to install it, because there are 0 features in 8.1 that I will actually benefit from, because I have Start 8 installed, which automatically bypasses all of the touch related things inside of Windows 8. So all of the features in 8.1 are touch related, except for the stupid start button that they brought back, which is, to me, it's pointless if you can't actually use the start menu in addition to the start button. So whatever. From Orbital Stars, my iPhone 4S on 7.0, every time I open basic apps like Messages and Safari, it crashes a couple of times. Is there anything you think I should do to make it better? Well, what I would probably do is go ahead and restore to iOS 7.0.3 from scratch. Everything's going to be erased, but this greatly minimizes the chances of something like that happening again. From Chris Grondin, you should make more Hackintosh videos. Well, for my particular PC, installing OS 10 onto it natively through Hackintoshing, it's pretty much the same as it always is. You just get a retail copy of OS 10, put it on a USB drive, put a special bootloader on it so it boots up, install it like you normally would, install some fixes to make the hardware work properly. I've done it before, don't really want to do it again because nothing has changed much except the operating system. That's pretty much it. You should also make more PC builds. Well, that costs money. Since I make $0, well, I haven't made a single cent from the internet over the past 2.5 years, ever since the AdSense crap started. There's no way I'm going to do PC builds. Unless I could get somebody to sponsor everything, I would definitely go ahead and do it. But until then, I'm not going to be doing that. Also from Chris Grondin, how dip you get companies to send you free stuff? Well, I email them and ask if they could send me something, and either I get a reply saying that we're not going to send you anything because we're all out of samples. That's a pretty generic reply though. Or they will go ahead and send me something, or they don't reply at all. So just go ahead and send companies an email. Of course, you need something to show for it, whether it be a website or a YouTube channel or other things. Lastly, from Arturo Martinez, is it possible to mod an Android to look like iOS 7? Yes, there is. According to a quick Google Play search, there are plenty of themes for different Android launchers where you are able to do such things. So this is a stock screenshot, I think, from an actual iPhone 5. This is what it looks like on their launcher. So it has the standard Android menu bar, icons and whatnot. There are some other ones here as well. This one has the iOS 7 keyboard and some other things going for it. That's kind of cool. You can see this one has sort of a notification center mod. So there are definitely ways you could go ahead and doing exactly what you are wanting. It's not going to be perfect. There will be some problems because it's obviously not the real iOS 7. It's just being mimicked in a different operating system, but it's pretty close. Some of them are free, some of them are not. So that's it with episode 71 of this Q&A. If you have any questions that you would like me to try and answer, go ahead and leave those down below in the comments area. But that's it with this video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon.